Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to make this lovely play suit. If you are here to subscribe, please hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell to get notified whenever I upload a new video. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by. So if this is something you are interested in, please keep on watching and let's get into the video. So guys, you can actually draft this directly on your fabric, okay, but because of the nature of my fabric, I'm using a chiffon fabric and I have 2 yards here. Okay, because of the nature of my fabric, it will be difficult for me to draft it on this fabric, so I'll just draft it on my pattern paper and then transfer it to the fabric. Okay, so I have 2 yards. So now to get started, this is the pattern paper that I have placed like so. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and make a starting line. So we'll be taking our measurement from that line. So the first measurement I will be taking is 3 inches. Okay, so you mark 3 inches on your pattern paper like this. Okay, that will serve as an allowance. Okay, so mark out 3 inches like so. So after marking the 3 inches, I connected the lines together. So now I am measuring my neck width, okay, 3 inches, and my neck depth 3 inches as well. Okay, so I'll go ahead now and just create my neckline. So this depends on what you want. Okay, so from there now, the next measurement I'll be taking, do not forget that all our measurements is from that 3 inches line we drafted earlier. So I went ahead to take my shoulder measurement, which is 7 inches, and I came down by 1 inches for my shoulder slope, and then I'll connect that to my neck width. Okay, so after doing that, so we'll go ahead now, and from this line we'll measure our armhole. Okay, just divide your bust measurement by 6 and then add 1.5 inches. That will give you your armhole. Okay, so I just came here and marked my armhole, and I'll just connect a straight line like this. Okay, so after doing that, I'll go ahead and also draw the line this way. So this is our chest line. Okay, so the next thing we'll be doing now is to measure what we have here. Okay, and we'll divide that by 2, and I'll go ahead and make a dot there. That is the midpoint. And then I'll come to the chest line, this line here, and I'll be inputting my bust measurements. After that, I'll go ahead and draw my armhole curve like this. Okay, so when making this, the next thing we'll be doing is, when you're making this, okay, you minus 1 inches from this your shoulder line, from this side. Okay, minus 1 inches from it. So I'll place my tape and I'll minus 1 inches. So after minusing it, you just connect it to your armhole. Okay, so you draw a new armhole curve basically. So I'll just go ahead and use my free hand to draw this armhole. Okay, just connect it, and I'll cancel this one, so we don't need this part anymore. Okay, this will be the one we'll be cutting out. So after doing that, the next thing we'll be doing now is to place our measurement. So from this your shoulder line, I'll just come down to my waist, which is 16 inches, and I'll make a mark there, and then I'll rule a line. And then after that, I'll come to my shoulder to hip, which is 24 inches in my own case. I'll make a mark and I'll also rule a line. And then from there, I'll measure the length of these shorts and play suit. So the length, I'll be using the whole paper for the length. Okay, so go ahead and measure your own desired length. So I just label the chest, waist, hip, and then length. So after doing that, the next thing we'll be doing is let me place this well. It seems it's not, yeah, let me arrange it well. Okay, so the next thing we'll be doing now is to put our waist measurement. Okay, we've done that on our chest line. Okay, we've imputed our bust measurement on our chest line. So I'll move down to the waist and I will divide my waist circumference by 4, and I just marked it there. And I came to my hip. I'll repeat the same thing for my hip. So after doing that, the next thing we'll be doing is to add, this is a free play suit. Okay, so I added 2 inches allowance. Okay, because this play suit is free. And then I'll connect it like this. So after connecting it now, for the length, you measure what you have on your hip and then you place that on the length. Okay, and then you go ahead and connect your lines together. So you can see what I have. Okay, so the next thing we'll be doing now is to work on our crotch. Okay, so you come to your hip line, okay, and then you come down by 4 inches, and from these 4 inches you place your tape vertically like this and you mark 2 inches. For a larger size you should mark 3 inches. Okay, after which I'll go ahead and just connect it to my hip line. You can use your free hand to do this if you don't have a cover. Okay, so after that, on that 4 inches mark, I'll come down by 3 inches. So you place your tape on that 4 inches and come down by 3 inches, and then you curve it to your crotch. Okay, you curve it to your crotch. Okay, so this is what we have. Okay, so I will go back, I will repeat what I did. So on my hip line, I came down by 4 inches, which is here, and from that 4 inches I marked 2 inches. Okay, and I make my curve, and then from that 4 inches I came down by 3 inches and I connected it. Okay, so that was just what I did, and that is basically all for the drafting of this pattern. So go ahead and cut it out. So if you are finding this video helpful, do not forget to subscribe and leave a comment. Okay, so watch the way I am cutting it out so you won't make mistake when cutting yours. Okay, so this is what we have, guys. So go ahead and cut on our fabric. So this is the fabric. You can see this fabric is folded into 2. Okay, so I'll add half inches here, and on the bottom part I'll add 2 inches for the hemming of the play suit. So that depends on what you want. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and cut out 2 inches, and I'll go ahead and cut out the side. So do not forget to give this video a thumbs up if you find it helpful. Do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to share. When you share, other people get to see the video. Okay, so I also added half inches on the shoulder. Okay, on the shoulder part when I was cutting it. So I added half inches here, so you can see the half inches that I added. Okay, so go ahead and repeat the same thing. So this is all for the front piece. So go ahead now and cut out the back. So we have 2 pieces automatically. Okay, so let's cut out the back. So guys, for the back pattern, I did not know that I wasn't filming it. Okay, so I'll just use another pattern to demonstrate what I did for the back. Okay, please. Okay, so let's just get started. So what I did was to use this fabric, though I won't be cutting this fabric out. I'll just use it to demonstrate what I did for the back piece. So I just folded it into two. Okay, this fabric is folded into two, as you can see. So fold your back piece into two, and then I placed my pattern paper on it this way. Okay, and make sure you leave space here around this area. Make sure you leave about 3 inches. Okay, and then what I did was I came to my hip line. Remember, this is our hip line, do not forget our hip line. Okay, so I'll be extending the back crotch because our back crotch is usually bigger than that of the front. So I extended it by 2 inches. So I just placed my tape at the tip of the pattern paper and I marked 2 inches. Okay, and I will connect it this way. Okay, because I'll be adding half inches allowance around that side. So I'll be connecting it like this, the way you see me doing, and I'll connect this other part this way as well. Okay, so this was what I did for my back piece, and then I came down by 2 inches, the same 2 inches that I used in the front piece for the hemming of our play suit. Okay, and I just drew the line like that, and I also added half inches around this side, and I added half inches around the shoulders, and but I did not add around the armhole area. So that was basically what I did for the back piece, after which I went ahead to cut it out. So these 2 inches that I came out with, if you are on a larger size, you should come out by 3 inches on this point here. Okay, if you're on a larger size, please go out by 3 inches. Okay, so basically this is what I did for the back, and I cut it out. So go ahead and repeat the same thing for your back piece. So after I finished and I cut it out, I went ahead to stitch the crotch area and I inserted my zipper. Okay, that was just what I did. Okay, so guys, hope you understand. Okay, so this is it. This is the back. I've inserted my zip, as you can see, and I also went ahead to use bias to turn the neck and the armhole. So this is the back piece. You can see how it is looking, how neat it is already. So I'll repeat the same thing for the front piece. Okay, I'll go ahead now and use my bias to turn the neck and the armhole. Okay, so I'll just show you what I mean for those that don't understand. So this is the bias. So I'll just place it like so on the right side of the fabric, like this, and I'll go ahead and stitch it on one side, then I'll turn it to the other side and also stitch on it. So I'll do that for the both armhole and then the neck, and this is what it is looking like after I was done. Okay, you can see how neat it is. So the next thing we'll do now, because this is having a pocket at the front. Okay, so I just came down by 11 inches. I made a mark there, and I'll just place that pocket that I just cut out. Okay, so I'll stitch the top part of the pocket. Okay, after stitching the top part, I'll place it on the fabric like this, and I'll stitch all the sides. So I'll not be stitching the top part so that my hand can go through it. Okay, I hope you understand. Okay, so I've gone ahead to do that, and this is what it is looking like. So I'll bring a random piece. Okay, and I'll fold this piece into 4. I'll fold it into 4 and just make sure that it is equal. So I want to cut out the side pockets. So I'll just place my hand like this, and I'll just draft out making sure that there's space in my hand. Okay, so my hand can go through the pocket, and I just went ahead to cut it out. So after cutting it, you can see that we have 4 pieces, right? 2 pieces each. So I'll just pick one of the piece and I'll open my front piece like so. Okay, and I'll just come down for my waistline by 2 inches, and then I'll just mark the 2 inches, and then I'll bring the pocket one side and I'll place it right side facing right side. I'll just place it like this, and then I'll go ahead and just stitch this down. So I'll repeat the same thing for this other side. I'll be coming down by 2 inches. I'll make a mark there, and then I'll place my pocket right side facing right side like this, and I'll just hold this with a pin, and then I'll go ahead and stitch that down. I'll stitch the both side down. So I'll go ahead and bring the back piece as well. So this is the back piece, and I'll also repeat the same process for the back piece. Come down by 2 inches, bring your pocket, and then place one of your pockets on it like this and stitch it down. So I'll repeat the same thing for this other side. So I came down by 2 inches again. So this is how low I want my pocket to be, okay? So it depends on what you want, and I'll place it like this right side and I'll stitch it down. So I'll go ahead and do that, and this is what I have after I was done doing that. Okay, you can see I've stitched it down, and this is what it is looking like. Okay, so what I'll do now is to arrange my front piece, and then I'll bring the back piece. So we are about to join our front piece and back piece together. So I'll first of all stitch it on the shoulder. Okay, so I'll be making a loose stitch on the shoulder because I'll be losing that part later. Okay, so make a loose stitch on your shoulder. Okay, and I'll stitch from here down to the pocket areas, from here down to the pocket areas, and then down. Okay, so I'll be using 1 inches for that. I will come to this other side, and I'll also stitch from here down to the pocket areas. Okay, ensure that they are equal when you're stitching. Okay, and then I'll stitch it down. So that's just what I'll go ahead and do right now. So this is what it is looking like after I was done stitching it, and this is the rough side. So the next thing we'll do is to join our crotches together. So you hold your crotch together like this, ensure that the lines are touching each other, and then you stitch it from one end to the other. Okay, so you hold it like this, stitch it from here down. Okay, from here down, stitch the other side from here down. After doing that, go ahead and hem the bottom part of the playsuit. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do that, and this is what we have after I was done. Okay, I'm done stitching it, and this is what it is looking like. This is the pocket, this is the pocket, this is the top part pocket, this is the other pocket as well. Okay, and this is the down part. I've hemmed it just like I said, and this is the crotch. So, and this is our shoulder. So now I'll go ahead and open up our shoulder. So when you open up your shoulder, it will be rough like this. Okay, so we need to cover that up. So after opening up the shoulders, after opening it up, this is what it is looking like. It is looking rough. Okay, so what I'll do now is to go ahead and cut out loops that I'll use for the shoulder. So this is the loop that I went ahead to cut out. Okay, so this loop I cut out 4. This is 2, 3, and 4. Okay, I cut out 4 loops, and I have width 5, and the length is 18, and the width is 5. Okay, so what I'll do now is to take one, I'll fold it like this, stitch it one side and then down. I will leave one side open. Okay, I'll repeat the same thing for all the 4 loops. Place it like this, stitch one side down, okay, and leave one side open. So this is what it looks like. Now I'll go ahead and bring it out. So this is the 4 loops. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and, or rather 4 ropes, we'll go ahead and place it into our shoulder. So what you do is to fold the edges of this your rope like this. Okay, After folding it, place your shoulder into the rope like so. Okay. After placing it, you go ahead and just hold it down with your pin. So this fabric is difficult to work with. If you're using an Ankara, this part won't be that difficult, okay? But because I'm using a chiffon, it's slippery, so it's kind of difficult. So just go ahead and fold the edges of your rope, and then input your shoulder inside like this, okay? And then you stitch it using 1/2 inches. So you can see what I have, right? Okay, you can see what it is now looking like. I'll go ahead and stitch it. So I'll repeat the same thing for this other side. I'll be folding the edges of the rope, and then I'll put in my shoulder inside. Okay, so gently put it inside so that it will be neat. Okay, do not be in a rush. Okay, just gently put it inside. So after doing that, I'll go ahead now and stitch on it. Okay, I'll repeat the same thing for this other sleeve and as well. Okay, so I'll go ahead now and just stitch that down. So guys, this is what it is looking like after I was done. Okay, you can see how neat this is looking. You can see it, the front and the back. This is the other one. So I've done that for the 4 piece. Okay, and if you look closely, you notice that the middle part of the rope is in the middle. Okay, that is the sewing part is in the middle. So guys, that is basically all for this play suit. So guys, do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to like this video. Okay, when you like it, other people get to see it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for stopping by today. If you find this video helpful, do not forget to give it a subscribe. Okay, if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. If you are yet to subscribe, please do so. Kindly subscribe. You're enjoying it here. I upload 20 tutorial every week. So guys, till I see you in my next one. Bye for now.